Unicycle of the National Commission of Sports. So today is the official beginning of the 15th Unicycle Tournament. And for this year's session, what is the difference? This year, the size is much bigger and has the largest number of players. It's organized after the reform initiated by the National Commission of Sports. We have different age groups, and according to the regulation of the match, we allow the individuals to get enrolled and registered to the game. We have also paid attention to the security reasons. We set the limit to the age. For the age group under 9 years old, it is not recommended to participate in the contest. For the people above 50 years, in the past, we did not allow people to participate. And for this year, we have enlarged the age groups to cover from 6 years old to more than 50 years old. A lot of small children at age of 6, they are very flexible at playing the unicycle. They can show their technique, expertise, and also their professionalism in riding the unicycle. They should perform under the guidance of a coach. Otherwise, they will easily fall down from the unicycle because they are just too small in age. For this session, how many events to compete? Because it may be the first time for a lot of audience to know this event, to know this contest. This tournament, for the 15th session, a lot of specialties. A lot of people have registered themselves into the contest, and we have 7 age groups. It's the biggest size ever, and we have classified the different participants of different age groups into categories. And people are cheering up those contestants. This is a game, an event of the unicycle basketball. What are the standard events of your tournament? There are several categories. For example, for the competition about speed, it's like the athleticism. It's in the same spirit. We have 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, 1500 meters, and 4 times 100 meters replay, 30 meters walk of wheel, and 30 meters or 50 meters of the riding by single foot. This needs a lot of self-balance techniques. And for the walk of wheel, you will not ride by the paddles, but directly you will drive the wheel forward by your feet. How many participants together? In all age groups, there were 328 people registered. And they have covered all the events range. Compared with the past sessions, why have you decided to organize this event here at the county of Taoyuan? Because it's the best place to hold this tournament. First of all, the sports are very popular here at the county. We need an open place. In other cities or other locations, first you need to spend a lot of money to rent a place and you need sponsors. But here you could see at Taoyuan County, this is a free open area and you can have the support from the public. For the Taoyuan County, they have a tradition to support this kind of sports games and other cultural events. It corresponds very well with our spirit of games. Their support has set a solid foundation for the organization of this 15th tournament. The opening ceremony was in the morning, and the longest duration of the event has finished by the morning. This morning, we had 3 events. First is the skill race. For the skill race, we have 3 events. Another is the marathon, 6 kilometers and 10 kilometers. In order to show you what was going on, we'd like to show you a video that we made during the morning. And this video will show you about the match during the 10 kilometers unicycle marathon. Unicycle marathon could be on the public road and also on the fields. And also it could be held in the desert and it could be cross-country. We have different orientations of this kind of event. This is a very long distance. It would be more demanding for the techniques of the players. Yes, to do the sports is like this. First, you should get people motivated. Once they are motivated, they could sustain all the long distances. We are using the cross-country testing field for the motorcycles and also for the vehicle, for the motos. The unicycles are different from the bicycles because you can adjust the speed with your drivetrain with a bicycle. However, with a unicycle, you have to ride and you have to step on the pedal all the time. The frequency of your riding would definitely define the speed of advancing of your unicycle. Just now you have seen one world champion among the group. This one. This person has already participated in the World Championship contest. We could see that he is adjusting his breathing. And a lot of contestants, they are riding forward together with their partners, with their team members. For the 10 kilometers marathon, it would last a lot of time, for more than half an hour. For the fastest contestant, they could finish within half an hour. It's very demanding for each contestant because you don't have the handle. You could put your hands only on the saddle of the unicycle. For the contest of unicycle on the public road, they are not sitting on the saddle. It's just like when we are riding a bicycle. Because you are leaning over with your upper body, usually you would sit a little bit above your saddle in order to drive the wheel still forward. Just now we have shared with you some information from this morning's contest. Now what about this contest in front of us? This unicycle basketball, what are the regulations? The rules of the games? Most of them look very young. They are university students. We have two ball games with the unicycle. One is unicycle basketball, another is unicycle hockey. To play with the basketball on the unicycle, you would exactly follow the rules as you are playing basketball. You can pass the ball, you can run the ball, and you would just throw the ball into the basket. And any body part of the contestant touches the ground, it would be penalized. Even though you want to pick up the basketball from the ground, you should keep your body still on the unicycle, and you should not get down from that unicycle and let any part of your body to touch the ground. Unicycle basketball is very popular in European countries and in Quebec area, Quebec province of Canada, and also in the US. And when you are carrying with a basketball and you are advancing, you are riding, then you would receive the penalty. It's the same rule as the normal basketball game. And also when you are throwing the basketball into the basket in 3 steps, during the 3 steps, you should keep riding. Keep riding 3 steps. It's just like you should run 3 steps when you are playing a normal basketball. What are the other events going on now? Could you please show us a little bit? There's a special characteristic with the unicycle. For unicycle, we have the speed race, but we also have the race to see how you could keep the speed at the lowest level. For those who know how to ride a bicycle, you know that it's easy to go fast, but not so easy to keep at a very slow speed. Here is the obstacle race. It would start before long, and people are preparing for that. 3 teams would compete at the same time. 3 star teams. They would draw the lots to decide who would be in the top teams, and then they would compete with each other. And over there, the obstacle race is about to start. And here, the small children, they are also on their unicycles. Hey little, could you please tell me how to play with it? What's your name? 刁俊杰. My name is Ding Xini. I'm 6 years and 6 months. What about you? I'm 6 years old. Could you please tell me since when you've learned this? Since 2 years. I've learned this also for 2 years. We are in the same class. You share the same class, but you are the bigger sister. Where do you come from? I'm from Guangzhou. So you have learned how to ride a unicycle for 2 years. Why do you like this event? We have a passion for that. And it's fun. Why it is fun? Because you could fall. When you practice a lot, it's not so often that you would fall down. I fell a lot of times in the past, but not so much now. Maybe it would hurt too much when you fell so often in the past. Yes, but still we are attracted to this event. This time, what is the contest you are joining? It's the 15th Unicycle Tournament. And what events? The cross-country, the long distance, and the marathon. What is your place in the marathon? 24th. Are you satisfied with your score? Yes, it's okay. And looking at the other contestants, what is your feeling? I think they are very good at these sports. Have you learned something new from them? In the beginning, no. But now I knew something very powerful, the technique. Could you please show me how to do that? So, okay, let's move around. Let's find another place so I can see how you could perform this new technique that you have just learned. So you can ride at the same time. Well done. Those little children, they are participating in our unicycle tournament. Do you have a lot of children like this in this age group? For the participant under 9 years old, we have more than 50 of them. That is a breakthrough. And for the small children under 6 years old, they are still yet in the kindergarten and not in the elementary school. At this age, is it safe for them to compete on the public road or during the marathon? Actually, it's quite safe. Even though they would fall down, the person could still stand on the ground and they will just let the unicycle fall. However, we would still ask them to perform and practice under the guidance and always in the sight of an adult and the coach. During the competition, we have also arranged a team of safeguards during the event so that they are competing in a very safe conditions. So for people who'd like to learn how to ride a unicycle in the future, especially for the smaller players, for the young children, please pay attention to the security issue, and please do not overlook this important thing. For the children, for children under 9 years old, if you are riding the unicycle, you should always practice under the guidance of an adult. It could be your teacher, it could be your parents, or it could be your coach. Now, they are 6 years old. They have learned this for 2 years. That means they have started to learn the unicycle at the age of 4. And this year in the tournament, we have welcomed the players of 4 years. Usually we consider the little children at 4 years old as still babies. And some children at 4, they are still held in the arms of an adult. For the younger generation, the new generation, their living conditions are so good, but they can overcome the obstacles and difficulties in the marathon of 10 kilometers. But if you ask them to run with their own feet for 1 kilometer only in this hot weather, they cannot hold on. However, they could just hold on until the end of the 10-kilometer marathon with their unicycle. That is the spirit of the sport. That is the spirit of never giving up. Over there is the obstacle race. Do you have a time limit, or you have the asked position and actions? Yeah, it depends on your speed. It's a reserved program, a reserved event for the tournament. It's like when you are applying for the driving license, you should go through a series of contests for your driving skills. And obstacles are one part of that. You're turning from left to right, and how you can hold your unicycle. You should be able to ride towards the left, to the right, forward, backward. It's just like the contest before the approval of your driving license. The gap between each two obstacles is 1 meter. How you could count the score? This is the starting point. So let's start the game. This is the starting line. When you're holding the pole, you're ready to start. Okay, it started. First, you should turn. It seems easy to you. However, when you're on the unicycle, sometimes you would be confused with the correct direction to go. After all the circling, you should get back to this point. According to the rules of the games, you could practice twice during the contest, and we would get your best score recorded. And I have seen a lot of young players here. Yes. For different age groups, they are equipped with different sizes of the unicycle. For example, just now, the girl has used the 16 inches, and this is 20 inches, and this one is 24 inches. So we have already made it clear that to each age group, you have a determined size of unicycle. Compared with a bicycle, the unicycle is closely connected with your height and your age. The size of the unicycle that you will use should first be determined in a very scientific way according to your body size, the weight, and also your age. It should not be oversized or in a too small size for you. And the speed that you are riding should also be in a match with the speed that you could run. Otherwise, we could judge that your unicycle is not in the correct size. Today you have shown to us the marathon, the basketball with the unicycle, and also the obstacle race. And we know that that is a mistake, and he would receive the penalty. But since everybody has twice of chances, he could try again. But if you fail another time and make another error, so it's done with you in this game, in this event. In China, what is the status quo of the promotion of unicycle? There's a lack of balance. In some places, we have started early in the practice of unicycle, and the local authorities have paid a lot of attention to the promotion of the game, like the district of Huairou of Beijing, and in other provinces too. In Huairou district of Beijing, 100% of the school would teach students how to practice, how to ride a unicycle. For the future of the unicycle, what is your perspective? I'm very confident and optimistic. I think it would grow at a very fast speed. And according to the experience, you could know that it's a sport that would help to build up your body, it's good for your health, and it's good for the development of the brain of the children. Because on the unicycle, you should learn the self-balancing, and it's good for the development of your brain. Once your brain is well developed, and it would also help to improve the flexibility of all the body members. It's important to have good balancing skills and also the flexibility in your body. It's like in winter when it's frozen on the ground. Somebody is easy to fall, but not so with other people. So for those who are still standing on the ground, they are very good at the self-balancing skills. Compared with Asian countries, actually, the unicycle is more popular. But still some Asian countries, example Japan, they are developing this sport in a very enthusiastic manner. In the middle school and elementary school in Japan, they are encouraging students to learn this sport. So every month they have the games, they have the contest on the unicycle, and we are influenced by the neighboring countries, and we are promoting this sport too. The International Monocycle Tournament has enlarged gradually the duration of the whole games. The when China's holding that international tournament, we've given that 10 days, and later it has been added up to 14 days, and later the last session has lasted for even longer time. And it's a very fundamental game. It could involve the basketball, the hockey, the cross-country, the athleticism, mountain climbing, and also the extreme games. It would use exactly the contest field as other extreme sports. How many days will it last? This session of tournament would last until the 23rd of August. The event would end by the 22nd, and some other supplementary events and activities for the 23rd. So you are also welcoming the other people to join the game. Yes, and we are also encouraging more people to join the game to know the sport. From this morning until now, we are accompanied by the Secretary General. And as you know now, this tournament would last until the 23rd. For the next session, it will be held each year. Yeah, it's possible that next year we could have another session. For the national game, we also have the elite games. For those who have been ranked among the top 6, you could participate. In the elite game. Next year, we would still hold another round of tournaments, and also the final games. I think that after years of promotion, more schools would start to teach their students to ride the unicycle, and it could be universalized. So for this tournament, still 3 days more to go. For people who are living in the province, you could feel free to come and watch the game. And you could use the unicycle to play basketball and to play volleyball.